Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the next episode, episode 19 of Terra Invicta. Last episode we tried to go after some aliens, but they evaded, and rightly so probably for us. We've lost a couple stations, but we managed to completely unify the European Union pretty much fully. In today's episode, we're going to continue where we last left off, try and get some more ships out, and really make an aim towards trying to take control of the skies of Earth, or the space around Earth, if possible. And let's start going along here. We are in the middle of a turn. Regime change. Yeah, the United States just basically dunked into Mexico there.
The people will come to our side.
We should be able to start a coup into Mexico, if possible. Obviously, the war is now over. I'll try and make some efforts. We did, unfortunately, get some big problems with our purging. Russia just finished up that. Yeah, the war's kind of ended. We need to sort it out. Energy lab just finished up. With that, we are going to look at research of some new weapons. IR laser cannon. More effectiveness. Targeting range 900 kilometers. Riverjack missiles 5.3 Gs. Solar core fusion reactor. Let's go for better reactors. Try and get some of the base stuff unlocked if possible.
Our associates were unable
Again, we failed there, and we don't have our mission control for some reason. I did give up some of those habs, but we still don't have a lot of that mission control available. All right, Marcos, build me a public campaign in here. Chenze, again, I'm going to focus on getting our nuclear weapons back because I'm a bit sick of this. 4%. Can you do influence here? 68% influence. Grab that for me, please. Just another bunch of alliances. 6% chance for a coup d'etat over here. Let us increase public campaigning in the United States.
We must persuade the people.
Where to?
Can't do a coup d'etat right now over there, though. You can go over to the EU and begin advising it. We also need someone to stabilize the EU if possible. You can increase unrest in Mexico, though, for the coup attempt.
Offering support.
But we'll have to look at actually taking over some new stations as well. We are building out more labs and whatnot. And we should be getting more mission controls as well on the way in the EU, I would imagine. Built up the revolution right there. 35% of the public supporters in the United States, which is good. We're laying the groundwork there for potential invasion. Nano Factory. So Nano Factories, I've been told, are very, very good. So Nano Factories will allow Tier 1 and Tier 2 modules to be founded. Also allow investments in economy, allows founding of orbitals and settlements, allows founding platforms and outposts, builds products for money income if there happens no modules under construction. So this is going to allow us to build things much, much quicker. So I'm going to select that project and get that underway as quickly as possible if we can. United States declares war on the Philippines. The United States is just going absolutely wild. Completely and utterly wild. Are we kidding me? A 76% chance and we didn't manage to do it. How much influence do I need to invest, Tianze, to take control of Russia?
What's the up?
Just keep doing it. I don't care. And keep building public support in Russia as well until we gain full control of it. Stabilize the EU, please.
I'm here.
They're screwing over everything that I built for.
Making our case.
I'm here.
Keep building unrest in Mexico as much as we can, please. God's sakes. Quantum battery. The hell is a quantum battery? What does that do for us? Let's have a look here. I think I saw it over here. That's graphene batteries. Is that one ahead then? So that provides 80 gigajoules, and then the graphene batteries provide 48. So that is a much better battery, though they're a lot more expensive. We've lost a lot of capacity because we lost Mexico and we also lost the other one. There is the Rattler missiles, so those are the fast swarm-like missiles, at least that's from what I can see. Ponderomotive drive, that is a very efficient engine, but obviously very slow. We want something that will be... Fuel cells consumed to produce power and recharge production. No, what I want is I want some kind of engine that will be a lot more kilonewtons in comparison to what we have. 134. A Nerva drive might be what I'm looking for, so we'll put some research into that. We are getting advanced superconductors right now, so we'll have to see those come online. And we're getting those we should be getting those Nano Factories in September. Come or take so. However long that will take, of course.
Move the needle.
62% of the population now support
Orders
us.
returning.
We've got the European Union back to being peaceful again, and the US again is just going absolutely insane.
Our cause is unjustified to them.
We should be able to get control of this point in Russia. I would hope so. Pakistan project. And there we go. We got control of that point in Russia. Try and just change the priorities up a little bit. But that gives us that control point back, which is very, very nice. Which gets us another mission control. And we'll finish off the last one as well here. So Tianze, go for a purge onto the executive as much as you can. Marcos, defend interests.
Acknowledged.
Reporting in.
Investigate alien activity? No, let's do advising. We've got
Maybe
everything
my
peaceful,
expertise.
largely speaking.
At your service.
You can look at potential doing... We nearly could do a coup d'etat in here. We're going to just keep building up an arrest
We
in
will
that
bring it
country. Well, in Mexico, that is.
In.
And we are producing some ships now. So we're producing ship construction. We're producing those 2 destroyers, which we will then ship over
Securing outpost
to Earth orbit,
Offering
and we'll see what we
assistance.
can do with them. Potentially, we can start some combat, but don't quote me on that. Probe arrives at here. We found that has noble metals as well as a bunch of others. Interesting. We will definitely have a look at potentially colonizing that. We do have a lot more resources now, so maybe we want to look at building a big, larger fleet combatant. A broadcast outlet. The hell's a broadcast outlet? What does that do for us? Build in space. That provides us influence. Okay, that builds influence for us. Though we're not really lacking influence. Speaking of, is there any kind of like companies we can get? So we can add science on for you. Kalmora, that provides us with income assassinate capabilities. You can get your security up one. You just keep building your security. There's not much else I can do with you for now. Rio Global we can get. However, we do need... We're going to grab a U. That gives us more. Aluminium Holdings, the Astarte Fund. Gets additional welfare. That gets additional influence. That will get us additional income. Let's do that. Rigel Technologies. Counselor, Criminal, Astarte Fund. It's the welfare. That provides us with Gendarim thing. Not too many organizations that I really care about at the moment. We're just trying to take over more countries, I guess, but I'm trying to get my focus more into space.
We were unable to instigate.
I'm much more interested in sorting our space control out. Italy partition project. Yeah, let's not do that. Doesn't sound like a good idea. Protectorate Cloud War in Kyrgyzstan. Still the big war in Iran at the moment. Servants of failed control of taking over that point. Come on, let's take Russia so I get that mission control back.
We've removed some threats.
There we go. We're now back under our capacity, which is very, very nice. And we've gained control back of Russia in its entirety, which is what you want to see. We should gain control of their armies back again as well now, coming up. Yeah, so our army's in here, and it's now occupied properly. We're allied with the EU. I'm not allied with Canada as well again. Oh, I can't do that, unfortunately. Okay, we're going to move this army down to go support that invasion that's going on in Pakistan, though it seems that the occupation's a bit different. We are currently fighting the Iranians with that Russian army. And we have a bunch of capacity to take over territories, but what we need is mission control, really. Cairo has 5. The Arab world has a lot of mission control capability. I'm thinking we take over something like Saudi Arabia, man. That's a big consideration. Okay, defend our interests in Russia.
Where to?
Chanze, go do a coup d'etat. Go coup Mexico, because that's just a no-brainer.
Ready.
You can stabilize the EU.
Reporting in.
I mean, if we also take over the US has 8 mission control, but that's not a lot, actually. Can we look at doing some purging? 2% chance, 2% chance, 4% chance. Getting into some of these territories, there's a lot of mission control down here. You know, we're talking a good, like, 12, 15 mission control. Definitely want to consider it. I'm going to look at boosting up some public support in this country, if possible.
I will tell our story.
We do have Israel, which is control of humanity first in the area. You're not really too useful. We'll just have you go investigate some alien activity.
Protecting our interests.
But we do now have back control of all of Russia, which is very, very nice. But yeah, if we can get... There's a lot of mission control capacity in these areas in the Middle East. There's the coup. We're going to ally them with those states so that the United States doesn't declare war again. But there we go. We now have full control over Mexico once more, which does give us some more control capacity, which is very, very sorely needed.
Is moving in our direction.
Yeah, we'll try and build up that public opinion in Saudi Arabia, because that is a 6 mission control, 5 mission control, 3 mission control, 2. Like, there's a lot of mission control capabilities in these different states. We're only getting 3 though from Turkey. We can definitely look at taking over Turkey fully. There's nano factories. Those do provide us with some monthly income as well. We can use those to build up different areas. Let me think then. Let us go ionic dust radiator, solid core fission, management research, mass drivers. Those don't really provide us with much capability. They use metals though instead. Let's do solar outpost as well, and we're going to be getting advanced superconductors here shortly.
Choose a card, now blow on it, perfect. Then tap my...
That should get us some better research. Okay, high energy, electrostatic propulsion, missions to Jupiter, particle cannon, space assault doctrine, carbon nanotubes. I think carbon nanotubes looks like the next logical option. So I'm gonna take 1 out of these, and we're gonna kind of spread these out more evenly. Oh, a little bit of lag there. Okay, let me have this army now deployed to Azerbaijan, and then we can move them downwards. Okay, Marcos. You're fine for now. Tianzes, who I care about. What I care about is doing purging in the Middle East. So we could go after them, but I'm much more interested in potentially getting some coups over here. 90% chance for a coup in Saudi Arabia, just because of our command capability. Go coup Saudi Arabia, take over all those lovely oil fields. You can begin defending our interests in Mexico.
Securing our control.
I'm here.
You can continue advising the European Union.
Council.
You can start building up public support again, and then we can gain control of that mission control in Saudi Arabia, which we can then use to build more ships, which we can hopefully then use to, of course...
Going in hot.
get a lot of benefit by
Securing
killing
our
some alien ships if possible.
I will help them.
There is this battle going on. We just destroyed that enemy infantry division. Turkey deployed another army. Again, we want to probably kick the servants out of that if possible. We are now occupying that territory. Ship launch. That should be 2 more ships launched, and then advanced neural networks just came up. What are they researching next? Mission to Jupiter. Okay, mission control capacity is somewhat evening out, but that is 2 more vessels done. So let me go over to Romeo 1516. So they are sitting here. That's 88.7 power, technically speaking. We're going to merge those fleets, and we're going to transfer them to a station in low Earth orbit, if possible. This station transfer, and then I will do some changes once they've arrived. There we go, they've arrived. And then, can we not refuel? That's Romeo 16. Romeo 15's over here. Okay, they have all their fuel now available. You're docked. They're both docked to the same one, so merge fleets. That's 4 vessels in one fleet. 3.1 kps. Can we go have a look at potentially going killing some enemy ships? 0.99, time to arrival 2 hours. India 1, we can't go after that. We can't, potentially could go after that though. Victor 6, we could try it. I'm gonna try it. Select flight profile, time to arrival. Let's do 2. Let's try and make sure we don't expend we expend as little delta V as possible in arriving. So we're gonna take the longest way. There's that coup that just went on in Saudi Arabia. Very nice.
Our case remains unheard.
Didn't manage to get the public support on, but also Saudi Arabia has a lot of very nice amounts of oil, which can we make use of. All right, we technically have 350 combat power. I'm not sure how well this will go. I'm going to accept. They don't choose to engage us. Okay. Romeo 16. Let's continue the attempt to chase them down. We're going to continue to try and chase Victor 16 down, though it may just keep running from us. We'll see. Solar outpost kit solar outpost kit just finished. The Caliphate is very interesting because if we got it, we could, technically speaking, potentially unify the Middle East, and that would be a very strong nation. But it's a lot of research, so it's not really something that I would want to go into, at least just yet. Let's go for fleet combatants. Let's get those on the way, I think. War on Mongolia. The United States is just going absolute ham all over the place at the moment. Okay. Engage. Both fleets are willing to fight. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, they're coming directly towards us. We've got 4 vessels. Here we go. Look at them. They're beautiful. All 4 of them. How effective they are. So obviously these vessels have, if we select. Oh god. So these vessels that we have the Viper missiles and the 12-inch cannon on the front. Also, all that armor is on the front as well. We can see the 100%. So our magazines are in the middle, of course, and then we also have damage control on the sides. Now they're going to head directly towards us. We're going to retract radiators. He will accumulate. Retract radiators, and we are going to try and begin heading towards the enemy force at full speed. Now they are heading upwards. Now I'm not sure if... I'm not sure how I would do that. Again, this is my first time actually doing proper combat. If I could head up. Fleet attack status, fleet defensive posture. Attack posture. Ventral spin, padlock target, all stop. Okay, here we go. We're just gonna go. Okay, we should be retracting those radiators. There we go. They're retracted. There we go. Now we're heading directly towards. They are heading down, actually. Now they're heading up on their current trajectory. They've started to fire. We've taken a hit on the Venerable. They're diving down. Come on. Keep going, keep going. If you die, so be it. I don't care. Destroy that shit. Full speed. Okay, he's gonna go under us. Okay, I need to reduce this. I'm not really sure. I want to go... How do I go under? Okay, that's been hit. That shit's probably gonna explode. Okay, fire missiles. Everything's firing. The Venerable's getting absolutely eaten up here. We're kind of sidestepping at the moment. Turn back, turn the other way. Turn. We're getting some hits in. Keep firing the missiles. Oh god, sidestep, come on. He's taking some evasive maneuvers. Okay, turn around. He's disengaging somewhat. We took some heavy damage on the Venerable. I'm going to have you disengage from combat, please, if possible. You turn around. We got some hits in with those missiles, though I'm not sure that's going to be enough. Okay, what are you doing? No. Okay, turn around, please, if possible. Yeah, turn. Okay, a lot of missiles on the way right there. Is it on fire? No, that's just its little energy thing there. Okay, well, it's shooting those missiles down here. We're firing those missiles at very long ranges. Heat capacity looks fine. Ooh! Some of those missiles actually hit. Let me go over to that. Some of those missiles actually hit. Some of it is a little bit damaged. Okay, lower the speed. Zoom out a little bit. Okay, enemy ship has moved that direction. We are going to start heading, if we can. Start heading around, though you seem to be out of KPS, or something's wrong with you. Damage to that gun. The fission reactor's been completely destroyed, it looks like. Well, not destroyed, but definitely hurt. Okay, we do still have missiles available. We are not in range, though. Okay, head towards. God, the amount of Delta V, we really should have put more fuel tanks on these. That's definitely something I'm regretting. Okay, 22 minutes so far. More missiles away. They're trying to track the target right now. We can still win this. Okay, it's adjusting. We're sidestepping right now. We've only got one ship actually engaging. Good luck to it. Okay, missile coming in. That might actually hit. Good hits. Fire, keep firing. I think we're even firing the whole cannon off. Oh! Boom! Enemy ship destroyed. We lost that ship. God willing to the assertive. The resistance ship, the assertive, won the day. Oh my god. We did it, ladies and gentlemen. We salvaged the alien craft. We won the engagement. That is incredible. To have access to one of the crafts is a godsend to science. This is how they exercise. This is how they travel in the solar system. This is what we must learn from. Perhaps even emulate if we are truly do the same ourselves. Even a preliminary appraisal has revealed a sizable quantity of materials that defy easy categorization. Oh my god. Fantastic. So now we should be able to research alien technology. We have completed the salvage alien technology objective. Congratulations on your military success. The recovered alien artifacts have been secured and catalogued. The collective response from our research has been ecstatic. New objective research. We recovered avian alien corpse. We have nicknamed the Griffins. A preliminary assessment confirms that it's an entirely different species to the aliens first encountered on Earth. As different from them as we humans are from, say, a dragonfly, indeed. So thin and hollow are this alien's bones that it will seem unlikely they even originate from the same planet as the other aliens. Most notably, it hails from a far lower gravity environment. Interesting. Aliens defeated in space battle. We gained 500 influence for that. We lost the assertive, Godspeed to it, and we destroyed the Riparian Dawn. We took some damage on the Venerable, the Resurgent. The Recomediata is perfectly fine, and we did salvage some resources as well. I'm going to order that fleet to immediately return to a base Unavailable for operation for a little bit. We'll let that continue then. There we go. They've returned to operations, and I'm going to start sending that fleet to. Yeah, we've taken some pretty serious damage over there. 0 milliges. I think that's because the Venerable is out of action. I would imagine so. Split fleet. Venerable leave. I think we're going to have to scrap the Venerable. Scuttle the Venerable. And we're going to have to then ship these guys back to a station for refuel and resupply. That's too much time to take. Atomo station. We might have to go to Belisarius. Pizarro. No, we can go to Xingyao, which is our own station. Transfer. That'll take 2.4 days. We'll take a very slow transfer to get there, but it's well worth it. So we learned a lot from that. That was my first ever ship combat, and what we learned is we need a lot more fuel. However, I can't imagine being slower than that. Missiles seem to have worked, and I'm happy about that. Getting above, I'm not sure how to go above the target like they did, but honestly, that was a big thing. Now I know that the aliens will start viewing us as a threat now that we've destroyed one of their ships. So if we go to aliens, alien threat, so they may view us obviously with a bigger threat now. However, we did just destroy that ship, and we should now be able to research. I would imagine rapid response teams, we've got that, but there should be a new thing where it should say alien technology that we can research, and that should provide us with some benefits, of course. All right, let's continue. The Griffin autopsy. Enemies suffer -3 to C space asset. That's pretty good if we can achieve that. I'd be a happy boy. Let's look at designing some new ship classes, because I don't want to keep building those vessels. I think they've proven their effectiveness, and you know, you can't take that away from them. The Viper missile seems to be very effective. The 12-inch guns don't seem to be okayish. We might want to start putting some point defense lasers on, definitely. What was for sure, though, is that range is going to have a big impact because we can't make massive kind of adjustments. So we need something that's going to be more capable in terms of its propulsive capability. The problem is that's just too damn slow. You know, it's 31 milligs. We need something that is a lot more powerful. So this solid rocket, very little, but that does provide us with some decent speed. We need something with good efficiency, so to speak. Nova looks like to be probably the best engine that you're going to get on here. But it's still not great. It's not really the speed that we want to achieve. So we might have to. Yeah, I mean, these engines are just not great, are they? 5.6 kps, propellant materials used per tank. So that's the Nova. We're currently using the Diana, if I remember myself correctly. Yeah, we're using the Diana. That's a lot less efficient, but that produces a lot more thrust. Same with this engine. Hull drive's a lot more efficient, but obviously, you know, the efficiency is worse. I need to have a look at research then. Is there a drive? So we're getting the cement Nerva drive. Now the cement Nerva drive, if we have a look at it, has about 10 kps, 134,000 kilonewtons. So there's potential here with this engine. This is a nuclear engine though. Advanced Pulsar drive is also another one that has a lot more efficiency, 180,000 units. So Pulsar might be the one we go for after this. And in that vein, what I am going to do is I'm going to order construction in the solar system. If we go to Earth, found an orbital in low Earth orbit. Take me there, please. So with this station, Also, we do now have Wangji on station here. We are decommissioning you, which is whatever. I'm going to put some solar arrays on. 2 solar arrays on. And then I'm going to put in, we need energy labs. Because that is going to help us get the engines we need. And engine tech seems to be very, very important for this kind of combat situation. Put Marine Platoon Barracks on that as well. Energy lab. And then also a Nano Factory. Let's get that built. That's going to be 40 power. So that'll be... Ooh, we might not be able to do that then. Solar array, build that there then. Do we have a station that has stuff available? We have a Tomo station. We can put a Nano Factory on you. Build in space, and then we'll put a solar array as well to build that up. I mean, those ships work. What enemy ships do we have next on our list? I mean, I'm not very confident. We probably don't want to continue starting blowing ships out of the sky, even if we have the ability to. Let's have a look. So the largest enemy ships are like 3k power, but the next level of ships seems to have about 300 power, and quite the acceleration. Very, very concerning in that regard. We need to get our efficiencies up. So I'm not gonna design any new ships until we have that next generation of drive tech available. Oh, go back to you. We're gonna have you resupply those ships, please. And we decommission that one of those vessels. Let me go to organizations, because apparently we've got some new organizations available for us. Media group, that gives us income. Spacecraft, that gives us energy research. Energy research is not too bad, actually. Let's go for more admin. Yeah, going for a little bit more energy research might not be the worst idea, because right now we don't actually have that many bonuses except for xenology, where we have a massive bonus on. Okay. So we did make some efforts into Saudi Arabia. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have Marcus go over here and start defending our interests in Saudi Arabia. And then Tianze, we're going to have you look at some more coup attempts. So US, we can't do a coup in. Purge-wise, we can't do anything over there either. However, over in this side of the world, Egypt's looking prime time for a coup.
Bring down the government.
And we can start to build up some public campaigning in Saudi Arabia. I'm going to get you to stabilize the EU. And then over here, we can have you just assault some aliens. I also want to look at a colony ship. But we're going to wait for that Nerva drive to be finished first. And in that vein, actually, I'm going to get rid of fleet combatants and put a lot more research into this. I'm going to try to get ourselves these Nerva drives as quickly as possible. So that'll be next day here.
Please stop this madness.
The Academy won this. Clear items. I'm not going to deal with the Academy. Okay, resupplied. Good. Now, we're going to need to get those repaired. So I'm going to transfer you to a Tomo station. Now, it shouldn't take too long for you to arrive. Cement Nerva drive. There we go. Now what I'm going to begin research on is the advanced pulsar drive. So that's the really expensive one. I'm going to put as much into that. So that'll be November. We might want to wait on that though. Let's look at some ship designs with that Nerva drive on it. So design ship class. So if we get the new Cement Nerva. Okay, that gives us a lot more KPS. But still, the efficiency is not great, is it? I mean, even reducing propellant times, yeah, I think the pulsar drive is going to be what we want to do. Because even if we have a look at the actual design, right? the cement drive is 134 kilonewtons at 10 kps, which is not great. If we have a look at pulsar drives, that provides us with quite a bit more. In terms of advanced pulsar drive, that has 108 kilonewtons at 32 kps. So there's definitely an efficiency curve there. Nerva drive can provide us a lot of power as well, but still, the engines are not great, really. Okay, you can begin repairing. There we go. But we're going to get that under research, and that'll be November when we can. Okay, there we go. We've repaired those vessels, and we can also now I'm going to keep that capacity open to build ships, I think.
Order is returning.
We're going to coup d'etat in Egypt, though.
New regime is in place.
Oh, we just lost that army.
We've moved the needle.
Pakistan's going into Iran. I don't mind too much. They're humanity first. So if they want to start a war in that area, I'm okay with that.
Target still in one piece.
But no, November, we should get those new drives on the way. We did just finish up control there. Okay, that army's now under our control. Let's have a look. Can we build some new stations? Oh, bunch of alliances just ended. Okay, found orbital. Low Earth orbit, please. And we are going to build energy labs. That's what I want. Let's turn quick build on for a second, please. Energy lab, energy lab, energy lab, energy lab. 2 solar arrays on. And that should really benefit our research capability. You are going to control
Bringing them on board.
Oh, no, not that. 6.
Ready for orders.
Control nation. Go into Egypt.
Establishing our presence.
Grab that.
For my mission.
You can begin purge operations into Saudi Arabia.
Targeting the opposition. Your orders.
Ready to go.
We're undefended in the EU now. Are we undefended in Russia? We're not. Okay, just advise the EU then.
Bring assistance.
Ready.
Over here, you can look at a purge, but I don't think we want to do that. So I'm going to build up more public campaigning in Saudi Arabia.
Ready.
Actually, no. Let's try to get some more in the United States where we can.
Ready to go.
You can't sabotage any projects, so we'll keep you off for now.
Going in.
And yeah, I think that's what they're the episode off there. Pretty fantastic. We destroyed an enemy ship. That's our first taste of ship combat. And it felt pretty brilliant. Even though we lost a ship, we lost 2 ships, really. We destroyed an alien ship, and I call that a victory. It's the weakest ship they had, but we got it, and that we are advancing our objectives as the Resistance. We just now need to research alien technology and also the Hydra ferrosites. When we can. We're trying to get new engines so we can build some newer ships so that we can take the fight again to them. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace and like, subscribe, please help me out. Goodbye.